Hugh Nguyen was just a small boy in Saigon when Vietnam was in the grips of one of the most devastating conflicts of the Cold War era. It was 50 years ago when he fled Saigon at the age of 7 with his family, a day before the city fell to communist forces in 1975.
And we landed on the USS Midway. And so without that ship, I always tell everyone I wouldn't be here.
Today, Nguyen is living in California's Orange County and is the first Vietnamese-American county clerk-recorder. He says he still has flashbacks to those final days in Saigon.
We left everything and to come to America because we lost our country, right? And so, yeah, it's to look back. Sometimes I have flashes, but when we were there, I mean, my sister and I, when we used to hear bombing, my grandma would teach us to hide under the bed. And that's things that sticks in my mind, that when there was bombing, we would just hide under the bed until they told us to come out.
In 1975, as U.S. troops left the country after 20 years of conflict, thousands of South Vietnamese were terrified of what lay ahead. As some fled, more than 3,000 children were flown to new families overseas in what became known as Operation Babylift.
So a month before the fall of Vietnam, my grandparents decided to give us up for adoption, my sister and I, and it was called Operation Babylift. And so I remember my aunt dropping us off, lots of children in there, my sister crying. We didn't know what was going on, and she left, and we waited, and nothing. We spent the night, but the next morning, thank God, she came back and picked us up. And I found out many years later that my grandparents, especially my grandmother, said, I miss my grandkids because she raised us. And she said, if we're going to die, we'll just all die together.
Nguyen says that decision likely saved his life because the plane he could have been on crashed in a rice field. Then, on April 29, 1975, Nguyen, his grandparents, sister, and 3 aunts left for Saigon Airport together.
And I remember seeing people trying to climb the wall at the airport. It was sad. It was really sad. I mean, there was bombing around us, and so it was tough. I mean, we really never thought we were going to leave after they bombed the runway, right? And so we're blessed that we're able to come to America because of Operation Frequent Wind and the rescue by helicopters.
The fall of Saigon effectively marked the end of the Vietnam War. Thousands of people were rescued by helicopters from the USS Midway. The operation was commemorated on Sunday. Nguyen was there to pay tribute.
I'm so blessed, and I'm so happy to be a Vietnamese-American, especially Vietnamese, because my grandparents were amazing raising me. Even though they're no longer with us, I'm hoping they're watching from above and are proud of what I've done in my life and what they did to get me here, the struggle they went through.